Stage 2 of La Vuelta San Juan was even flatter than the first one. 168 kilometres starting and finishing in the small town of Pocito, with just one climb en route. If you can even call it a climb, in fact. Just 800 metres long and only 1.3% average gradient, the riders would barely have even noticed it. So with little in the way of undulations and very little wind, today looks set to be another one for the sprinters to strut their stuff in the finale. There were a few attacks after the flag dropped for kilometre zero, but it wouldn't be long before 8 riders made their way up the road early to form the day's breakaway. Ballerin of the Escudi Foundation, Robin Carpenter of Rally Pro Cycling, Leandro Valadez of the Agrupación Virgen de Fatima, his teammate Daniel Juarez, leader of the intermediate sprints competition, Monte of the Argentinian national team, Jurado of Panama national team, and 2 riders from the Peruvian national team, Navarro and Ruiz. Behind, the peloton was more than content to sit up and allow the escapees a little bit of freedom. Their cause up front, though, was not helped by a stray dog which ran out onto the course, taking a couple of them down after just 20 kilometres of racing. Ouch. We're not used to seeing this man in a normal trade team kit, are we? 3-time world champion Pete Sagan was looking very relaxed in the bunch as they cruised along the flat roads near the start. Wasn't long though before they got to the first of the intermediate sprints of the day, that being taken by Daniel Juarez, the 31-year-old from Agrupación Virgen de Fatima, extending his lead in that competition. With 30 kilometres to go, the break began to break up. Carpenter and Valadez here at the front. They, though, were soon caught and passed by Christopher Jurado of the Panama national team. As they approached 20 k's to go, the gap between the break and the bunch was coming down towards the 1 minute mark. This stage had sprint finish written all over it. Once again, though, it wasn't without its incidents. A crash with 13 k's to go caused a couple of riders to veer off the side of the road and into a storm drain. Let's hope they weren't too badly hurt. Coming in towards the 10k to go banner and the peloton were absolutely flying. Speeds approaching and exceeding 70 kilometres per hour as the big team started to position their firepower towards the front. It was only a matter of time before the breakaway would be caught. Carpenter and Jurado the last to be brought back into the fold. And so we shall fast forward to 1 kilometre to go, at which point all of the usual suspects were at the front. Alaphilippe on lead-out duties for Deceuninck Quickstep, Bora Hansgrohe, UAE Team Emirates and Israel Startup Nation waiting in the wings. It was fast, it was hectic and it was messy. No team able to completely dominate the lead-out, and it was a case of using your sprinter's instinct to pick the best wheel and the best line to follow. Pete Sagan was one of the first to make his move, but on the left-hand side of your screens it was Fernando Gaviria who picked his way through and powered his way to the win. Second day of racing for Gaviria, first win of the year. This is the top 10. A brilliant sprint by Nicola Naranjo saw him finish in the runner-up spot, closely followed by Bardiani CSF's Marco Benfato. In the absence of Christophe Laporte, Pete Allegart stepped up to the mark for Cofidis to take 4th, whilst Sagan had to make do with 5th. In the GC, with yesterday's winner Rudy Barbier finishing outside the top 10 on the day, he's now down to 2nd place, with Gaviria the new wearer of the white and blue leaders jersey going into tomorrow's 15-kilometre individual time trial. We'll be back with highlights of that this time tomorrow. We'll see you then.